Yo, this is Raglan, a next generation landscaper. Thanks for tuning in. Do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, give it a big thumbs up, leave a comment. All feedback is good feedback in my opinion, to help out the channel a little bit. It'd be very much appreciated. The new thing is, is that nobody likes to use the 21 inches. And which I get because it takes more time, okay? But let's just be honest, we still have people out there that don't like big mowers to be in the yard. They don't want big mowers to be in their front or backyards. They don't like the big tire prints. Sometimes when we cut wet grass, you have big indentions in the grass. They just don't like it, you know, and then you may have some, you know, elderly customers that, you know, just like the old traditional style lawnmower. Here I'm using the hrx216 Honda mower, self-propelled. Now let's really get into this. So for this, I could use my 48 Viking, or I could use my 36 X-Mark. But this customer doesn't like it. So it's just to the point. I know if I use my 48, I can knock this out in a drop of a hat. I get that. You know, if I use my 36, yeah, I would finish it in a drop of a hat, put my bag attachment on, and be done with it, you know. But we just have to go, and when we talking to customers, we have to let them know if it's something that can be done with our bigger mowers, we will do that. But if you insist on using the push mower, there's an additional charge, because now what you charge is, you know, is your business and with your customer. That's your business. You know what I mean? I can't tell you, you know, you should charge $25 extra. I can't tell you, you know, you should charge $50 extra. You know, it all depends on the size of the property and the height of the grass, and, you know, everything else in between. So you have to be upfront, and you have to be straight with the customer of, hey, you know, since we're using the push mower, it's going to take us more time to use the push mower. Whereas though if I use my other mowers, I can be done in maybe, you know, 10-15 minutes, you know, whereas though the push mower, it's going to take me probably about 30 minutes. You know what I mean? To go ahead and cut this, you know, whole front and back and everything else, you know, in between. So you have to let them know your time frame when you're going to ask them, or not ask, but when you're going to tell them, hey, you know, this is extra. You have to be precise of why it's going to be extra, and things like that. Now, you know, you can tell them, hey, you know, I'm pushing it. It's going to take extra time. Plus, you know, you want me to use the bag to pick the clippings up. You know, me personally, I see a lot of people that use brown bags that you get from Home Depot or Lowe's, and you put them in the bags and set them on the curb. You know, I get that. You know, that's what some people do. I don't do that. You know, I just like to take everything away with me as I go. You know, say for instance, you know, I had a bad experience with that. You know, I left the brown bags out. It rained hard, and the next thing you know, it just, you know, the bags, you know, ripped, and it was a whole big mess out front. And they wind up calling us and asking us, can we come get it? Yes, it was an extra charge, you know, and this and that. But I was just like, you know what? No, I just won't. You know, I'll just let them know up front. Hey, you know, if you want the bagger, we'll take it away, and this is the charge for it. You know, because I don't have time to be coming back to properties if I don't, you know, have to. You know what I mean? So, you know, hey, you know, like this customer here, hey, you know, we're cutting it for X amount of dollars. You know, we'll bag it. You know, we'll take everything away. You know, for extra, you know, $10-15. We'll just take it away for you. You know, while we're here. And, you know, that's just what it is. Okay, so now when you're cutting places and you're doing your pricing and you got to use a push mower, you got to be mindful of how you're getting into this backyard. Okay, as you see, we got an obstacle. Ain't no big mower going through. So you're going through, and then you realize, you got to move furniture out the way because you don't want to mess the furniture up. Now you got some steps here. Yeah, you got some steps here, and you got to figure out how you're going to get this lawnmower up these steps. And which that is a charge in itself. Yep, look at it. Now you got to figure out how you're going to get this lawnmower up the steps. And you got to maneuver through furniture and things of that nature. So, I mean, all of that's time as well. You know what I mean? That's time consuming as well. So you have to factor that into your price as well. Okay? And, going up these steps, now the Honda 216, hrx 216 is pretty light, so it wasn't that big of a deal. Now, when you get into those Exmark commercial mowers, the Honda commercial mowers, when you get into commercial mowers, 21-inch mowers or 30-inch mowers, you're not going to be able to get them lawnmowers up there like that. You know what I mean? And that's one reason why I do the Honda hrx 216 is because, if just for instance, if you got steps, it's easier to pick them up, take them up the steps, or it's easier to, just lift it up step by step. With the commercial mowers, and I understand they're more heavy duty, and I don't have a lot of properties that want me to do push mowing and things of that nature. I try to, stay away from, a lot of, push mowing customers. But if somebody requested and I throw my price out there, they take it, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. You know what I mean? So, but, and that's one reason why that's one reason why I use my hrx 216 is because it's a lightweight mower to getting up those steps, okay? When you're getting into the Exmark, when you're getting into, the Honda commercial, you get into the Toro commercial, things of that nature, them some heavy mowers, man. And it's going to take, you and another person to, get them up them steps, and let's just be honest, they're just heavy getting on and off the trailer. They just all around heavy, and they will wear you down tremendously. Okay, so the next time you run across a customer and they're asking, hey, I want to just go ahead and use the push mower instead of turning away, because I see a lot of customers. Well, let me rephrase that. I see a lot of businesses, and I talk to a lot of people, and they'll say, this customer, wanted us to push mow, and I'm not doing the push mow, and I'll tell them, hey, okay, well, did you give them, alternative? Did you tell them, hey, it could be an extra fee if you want us to push mow because it's going to take us extra time. If you want us to bag it, it's going to be an extra fee for bagging if you want us to take it away. If, we put them in the bags and something happened to the bags where if somebody hit it, or if it rained, we get a thunderstorm or something like that, and them bags rip or the stuff spew out after we leave, that's on you. And if you want us to come back, it'll be an additional charge. I mean, it's ways that you can, work around it, to be able to make the money. You know what I mean? But I just wouldn't just turn my nose up to it and be like, hey, I can't use my walk behind, so I'm gonna just, go ahead and just, do away with it. You know what I mean? When we first started doing this property, on the side of the house, on the fence, we would take the the wrenches and stuff like that, and unloosen the chain link fence and bring out 36 back here and cut the fence, and cut the grass and stuff like that to make it more presentable and stuff like that, and then, over time, they were just like, you know what, we don't, can you please not, take a, unscrew our fence, so, and this and that or whatever. So I was like, okay, well, if you want us to use the push mower, this is, the price, this is, what it is, and, I would, if you want, us to proceed, we can go ahead and do that too as well. But they, this customer just really likes the traditional style push mower. So, we came to an agreement. And plus, we had this customer for a while now, and, they're pretty much, like family, so, I laid it out there for them, but it wasn't no, serious, increase or anything like that. It's because, they are family. So, if it was just a, one timer, or if it was a new customer or something like that, it would have been, something different. You know what I mean? It'd have been, under different circumstances and stuff like that. How it goes, different circumstances for different customers. You know what I mean? And, it's just, just don't turn your nose up to the push mowing. It's ways that you can make money with the push mower. I'm not saying base your entire business. I'm not saying, to do away with the walk behinds, because I would, because it's just yards out there that I wouldn't be caught push mowing. That's just, what it is, and things of that nature, Here with the trimmer, I'm using my, my Echo string trimmer, the HC2020, and this is a pretty good, weed whacker. I like it. It's good for, string trimming when you're getting into bigger properties, bit taller grass. I go, with my steel. I go with the steel, the 94, and do it that way. But when it's light, I'll go ahead and use the Echo, because, let's just be honest, the Echo is, a lot lighter than the steel, trimmers are out of it. And then, once that heat gets to hitting and stuff like that, you want to be, have, as less weight as possible. You know what I mean? So, I hope this was useful for you, but, do not, it's ways of working around it. And then if you have elderly people, or if you have, single moms or single dads, or, maybe somebody that's handicapped or something like that, that likes to push more, hey, work with them. You know what I mean? Just don't, just turn away, or just don't try to shoot an outrageous price and this and that, or this, that, and the third. Let's look out for them, shoot them a price that's reasonable, and be like, hey, we got, and let them know why it's an extra charge. You know what I mean? And let them know why it's an extra charge, that it will take, more time to go ahead and do. With this customer, they don't want us to do no bed work. They just want us to cut. As you see, this bed right there, they just want us to, go around it. So things like that. So don't be like, oh, why you ain't getting no weeds in the beds and Nah, it's just this is the way the customer likes it. You know what I mean? She doesn't, want us to do all of that. Sometimes she would get us to do it, as a, extra thing or something like that. But, she keeps, us busy. Her and her husband keeps us busy. So, some certain things, we just go ahead and take care of, and certain things they would like to do this. So, that's just, the nature of the world. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So just, don't shun your nose up at the push mower. And if it's, if you can fit it in and you can do it, and you have, and you can do it within your time, time frame, and make the money, hey, I wouldn't be opposed to it. You know what I mean? And it's not like, the grass is real tall. Oh, like when the spring rush hits and the grass sprouts, and, they getting, the seed, and that grass hitting, that rain hit, yes, you have to let them know it's an extra charge. You know what I mean? Like here, this is an extra charge here because they had got a retaining wall put up and now it's sinking. So now it's a headache trying to get behind this, retaining wall, and then we got to get on the other side of the chain link fence to get the grass done. So I mean, when doing estimates, and you push more and trimming and stuff like that, all of that is a factor into, what you're doing. You know what I mean? But don't be opposed. As you see here, I tried to get as best as I could, but getting the grass off of the chain link fence part and stuff like that. Okay, so I hope this was useful for you. I hope you can use this. If you're just starting out, or if you've been starting out and you're thinking about getting away from the push mowing and stuff like that. If you can, work it out and you can make it work for you, you know what I mean? I wouldn't be opposed to it. And especially if you got houses in the vicinity that you just got. Okay? Alright, this is Raglan coming from Next Generation Landscaping. Keep persevering by any means necessary. Alright, people? And until the next time, which there will be a next time. See you!